No need to be so rude now, Sonny. Okay. No need to be so rude. My hip replacement. Oh, whatever. Alright, hello. Oh, wow. It's literally been so long since I've seen old. What? 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 What is this? What is this smear campaign that's being set against me? What is this smear campaign being held against me? I wish I could prop up this tablet somewhere so I could read from it better. Anyway, we're gonna do a little spooky story. Hello. 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 Oh, I'm not full screen. Hold up, 1 second. One moment. One moment. There we go. I need glasses for this. This model didn't have glasses, so let me see if I can find some glasses here so I can read. What do I have in here? What do I have in here?
My legs.
Yeah, your legs got chopped off. Sunglasses. Ooh, wine. Ooh, we already have a wine, but should we get another wine? More wine. More wine. No, okay. Is there no, like, basic glasses in here or some shit? No glasses? 7 streams. How have you watched 7 streams? Didn't you just, like, finish? I want wine. No, you guys can't drink wine. Here, I'll give you... It's a baby drink. Water. Water. Juice box. Water. Little water bottle. Oh, nice. I guess there's no, like, normal glasses. There's sunglasses, but I don't want sunglasses. I want normal glasses. Normal glasses. Whatever. We don't need glasses to read. We're not that old yet. You guys want eggnog? No, it's too early for eggnog. Halloween. There's, like, no Halloween stuff in here. Orange boba. Pink boba. Hold up. Give me wine specifically. You're not allowed to drink. No, no. Here's what boba instead here. It moves. Look, it moves when I move. Ooh, the move. the haunted boba drink. Oh. Cigarette. Do I have one? Didn't I use one time? Did I use one time? Give us cool shades. Were you finding this shit? It's in VTube Studio. It's this free stuff that they have. Let me get you the shades. Here, let me get you the cool shades. You guys want a mustache? You guys want a mustache? Ooh, these are so cute. Here. Here you go. Glasses. Cause I haven't looked at that. It is. Here, you guys have your little boba tea and your little sunglasses. You should use more lotion. What the fuck? More lotion? Nuh-uh. You wanna see something real fucked up? Hold up 1 second. But yeah. And I have no head. So no head. No head. We wouldn't wear those. Okay. Alright, let me get you some other glasses then. Ooh, these don't move. These are perfect. Ew. Blue? Blue? Gold? Sunset? Let's do blue. I feel like blue matches your eyes. That better? That better? Cause we cool like that. Okay. Okay. I wasn't looking at the chat. I wasn't looking at the chat. Alright. I'll get you your gold glasses. Man, you guys are divas. We got some divas in here. Gold. Here. Here's your gold glasses. Even though they kind of look orange. They look a little bit more orange than gold, but whatever. Okay. Okay. Goodbye, me. I'm gone. No. See there. The blue one clashes with... What? How does it clash with your fit? Because it's... Huh, I don't know why I remember your outfit being more blue. Oh. Clearly I'm a professional at this. No, too big. No, scroll. Too small. Too big. Perfect! Okay. Are we happy with the fit? Are we happy with the fit? Gold glasses, you got your little boba tea, because you're not allowed to have wine. Anything else? I don't even have my own glasses. I don't even get glasses. I don't know, I'm colorblind. Okay. Did you? It's true, I haven't played GTA. A Rolex watch and a suit. Okay, now you're pushing it. Now you're pushing it. Alright. I, on the other hand, am gonna have a wine, even though I technically, theoretically, cannot hold it. Because my arms don't move. And before you ask, yes, I am allowed to drink wine. Where is it? Where the fuck is the wine? Oh, here it is. I found it. Can you transfer me? Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I'll transfer you one. Yeah, they say 1 cup of wine. Wait, what do the wine moms say? 1 cup of wine a day. My 1 cup of wine. This is my 1 cup of wine right here. What do we? Look, it's fucking huge. Think if I ask Medusa, she'll give me a wine glass. Think she'll give me some wine? I'm gonna set it on your guys' head. You hold my wine for me, thank you. Okay, we're gonna be scared. We're gonna be... Ooh, I'm so scared. We're gonna be reading some scary stories. I'm so excited. Alright, I tried my best to not really read them, like, prior. So I'd also be kind of spooked. I did have to, like, skim through them to make sure they weren't, like, you know, too, like, too scary, I guess. But, you know. I should get wine on the moon, and why isn't it floating on? Alright, I shouldn't have given you guys the nerd emote. The nerd. Actually, Miss Punky, how did you even get wine on the moon? Perhaps it's not wine. Maybe it's motor oil. There's no such thing as too scary. No suck. So no suck. So funny. I'm so funny. Not me, I mean you guys. Such. Suspicious. Suspiciously suspicious. Suspiciously sus. Okay, how do I want to do this? Do I need to turn this monitor off? Should I turn this monitor on? Or off? One moment. Feels like just recently I was like, I don't even remember the last time I streamed. I feel like it's been so long. For record, no. I like to chat in the beginning of my streams, alright? I just punched a shit on my mic. I like to chat a little bit before we get into it. Alright. Why is it blow instead of a suck? I don't know. She fucking. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I did not mean to. On purpose. On purpose, I didn't mean to, okay? I'm sorry. I think I'm actually gonna put it over here. Hold up one moment! I like to do a little bit of chatting, okay, in the beginning of my streams. It's fun, and it's nice. How do I transfer these tabs over? I have like a million tabs open. I have like 1 million tabs. How do I open this on the other one? Probably just like this, right?
I'm contacting Chat Protective Services.
There is no such thing as Chat Protective Services. There is no such thing. So true. What do you mean so true? That's not a thing. Show me their logo right now. Show me a logo. Show me any proof that there is Chat Protective Services. Ew. What the fuck? The hell? Is that a bit? What the heck? Why was it a bit? Logo these nuts on your face. It's going now. That's Child Protective Services. Are you saying that you're a child? Oh wow, I didn't. Okay. Well, whoop. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna click this. We're gonna click this. We can't drink. No, you can't drink wine. It's illegal. It's illegal. Typo on their part. Okay. That's not how this works. I'm telling. Alright, I got a couple stories.
Spooky time.
It's spooky time. Child Protective Services will never be able to help you. Because you're not considered a child, you're considered a chat. Or you're considered a cat. A chat? A cat? A chat? Technically, in French, chat is cat. So I guess that works. Choo 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 choo. They can't help you where we are. There's no such thing on the moon. But French. Not the French. Okay. Wait. This isn't the right ambience music. I did say this morning that I was gonna have actual scary music. Now this is what I'm talking about. Clipped cancelled. Okay. Not the French. Anything but the French. What do? Say oui oui. That's all they do. Ooh, I'm scared. Wait, I'm actually scared. Should I turn off the ambience in the background? Ooh. They're gonna cook you into a pizza. Hey, the French didn't make the pizza. That was Italian. That was the Italian. Isn't that Italy? Keep the ambience? Okay. On one dark. In the same area. Not wrong. They're like right next to each other. Oh, I'm scared. Okay, so full disclosure, I said this at the beginning, but and I'm gonna say it again. I did not read these stories all the way through because I wanted to be surprised. So we might get into some Spooky, scary stuff. Ooh. Jack 2, the sewers. Damn it. That was one I could have put on the list. Fuck. Wait, didn't I put that? No. That's for later. That's for later. Okay. This first story is in Italian. In Italian stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you. Imagine that. This first story comes from Italy, and it's about pizzas. Okay. This first one is okay. Good now. I'm gonna gatekeep where I got these from. I'm not telling you. It's totally not Reddit from 6 years ago. This comes from a user called Pansy K. Am I the asshole? Just kidding. Am I the asshole for punching my sister in the face after she called me a whore? Context: I slept with her boyfriend. No. Okay. Okay. Alright, no. For realsies, let's be serious, guys. Okay. Let's be serious. No laughing. I'm gonna fucking laugh, aren't I? Oh, laughing. We're in serious. Lock in. Yeah, lock in, guys. Come on. My family. Fuck. Okay. Wait, my face hurts. Hold up. Think about really sad stuff. Think about how your friends don't really like you. Well, and I'm talking about like Silent Hill because I'm in the whatever. Okay, my family. I died. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. Oh, what was that? Oh, I forgot I was in the call. Oopsies. Okay, I died 8 years ago. It wasn't particularly tragic or unusual. Just a car accident. No biggie. I don't blame the man who hit me. He was speeding because his wife was in labor and there was black ice on the road. He lost control of the car and I lost my life. Fucking Discord noises is scary. I'm sorry. I forgot I was still in the call. You're interrupting the story. Black ice. Wife in labor. It's not his fault. I know that. I'm not cruel. I'm not vengeful. If anything, I'm the opposite. I can't take it seriously when I'm getting hit on the fucking the fucking head with the fucking actually play a loud sound randomly. Random jump scares? Totally. Hold up. This is supposed to be serious, but you know what? Fuck it. We're already starting unseriously. I need my keyboard. I need my keyboard. If I get hit with the fucking YouTube ad right now, I'm actually gonna lose it. Random, loud noise. Very for 10 hours. $10, occasionally broken up by random meme sounds. This better be good meme sounds. And it better not be too loud. It's actually 10 hours. Okay. 10 hours stream, no. I don't want to use your AI. I don't want to use your AI. Shit was loud. God damn. Why is it all the way up? Is it a Roblox sound? Play it again. What's your name? Okay, thank you. That's not bad. Back to the story. Pregnant wife, black ice, killed me. You see, I don't have any family left, and I had lost my few friends around that time. When it was time for my funeral, the only people who came was my boss and the family who killed me. Okay, that's kind of sad. I'm sorry. The wife held her newborn daughter close to her chest. I hated my boss, and the cemetery was awfully lonely, so I followed the family home. Why did that play right when I said that? It's quiet. Alright, I'll put it up a little bit. I am not... You cannot legally sue me if it's louder. Okay. Lily may as well have been my own flesh and blood. She was sweet and bright and oh so very small. She had trouble sleeping if someone wasn't rocking her crib, and her parents were so tired. Ooh, after they put her to bed, it was easy for me to rock her crib for her. I didn't get tired. I could help her. As the years passed, Jack and Lori realized that they weren't alone in the house. It didn't take long from there to make the connection between my funeral and when I had shown up. I'd never been malevolent, that's a movie, so they weren't afraid or angry. They started to burn candles on the anniversary of my death day. You mean... No, I won't spoil it. I have a feeling I know how this is gonna end. They left an empty chair for meals and holidays. I really felt like a member of the family. Someone is trying to force the door. Huh? It's Lori's ex. Huh? He's obsessive and he's angry. He's gonna hurt the family. My family. I don't know why I'm giggling. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not even funny. The thing about ghosts is that the more offerings you get, the stronger you become? When did we establish this lore? I've been enjoying candles, trinkets, and even the occasional food item for the past 5 years. I was strong from that. I don't want to say it, but I was gonna agree, the jump from nothing to like the random X was very, I think that's why I giggled. The knife feels warm in my hand, a shock of heat against the ice of my, oh my god. Okay, who suggested the random noises? I'm gonna ban you. Who did it? Who fucking suggested the random noises? Oh my, why the fuck? Lori, Jack, and Lily are my family. I care about them, and they're not gonna join me yet. And that's where it ends, dude. Well written, way better than most of the stuff I see on here. I also like the story, easy to read, and it felt kind of relaxed right up until the end. The end, can this guy proofread his thing? That's where it ends. It ends right there. that's where it ends. That's where it ends. I gotta go change my... Actually, guys, I do gotta go pee. Not because of the sound, but because I do have to pee. Okay, I'll be back. Go away. Don't do anything while I'm gone. But I have to pee. Alright, I'll be back. I'm not changing my pants because I shit myself. I actually have to pee. I didn't piss my... Okay, I'll be back. I'm back from the toilet. I almost fell in the toilet. Okay. I'm actually going to set the music. Actually, no, it might be copyright. Okay, whatever. I'll just edit it later. It's fine. There's one of them. Okay. Gamble. Oh yeah, watch this.
Wash my belly.
Watch this. Didn't work. Yeah, I won! Okay. No way! Wait, the bot is...
Clean my belly.
The bot is being quite generous today. Okay. Next one. This one's called... I should have read the reviews. This is a cautionary tale, I believe. Okay? Remember to always read the reviews before you buy something.
Yay.
Yay. Why did you say it like that? Yay. Okay. I should have read the reviews. My girlfriend... Okay, this is already not believable. Girlfriend? Alright, bro. Come on. Just kidding. My girlfriend moved out 3 weeks ago. My cat, Rook, was really close to her, and now that she's gone, I can tell she's a bit lonely. Oh, the cat is a boy. Especially when I'm at work. I came home a few times to my curtains ripped up, or all the toilet paper in shreds. The last straw was when I came home after working late to find he clawed a hole the size of a dinner plate into the side of a sofa. Woo! I decided I had to do something. I tried different toys, even a little bit of that catnip, but nothing worked. One night while browsing Amazon, I saw a pet camera. Fucking damn it. One night while browsing Amazon, I saw a pet camera. It's a tiny camera that records your pet on a live feed so you can monitor their behavior while you're away. It even has an audio function so you can talk to them, not an uncommon thing that we see nowadays. Sounded silly, but hey, I love my furry dude, so I bought it. I got overnight shipping and installed it immediately. This was 6 years ago? They didn't have oh, it was 5 years ago. Wait, whatever. I got overnight shipping and installed it immediately. I decided to set it up in my bedroom as that was where Rook was the most. My first day at work, and I think I checked the camera 30 times, as you should. When I spoke into the camera, Rook seemed to be happier, and I noticed there was no destruction around the house either. By day 4, I figured I'd solved the problem with Rook. That leads me to right now. About 30 minutes ago, I climbed into bed with Rook, ready to close my eyes, when my phone buzzed. No, I thought there was gonna be a do 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 do.
Meow.
Meow. Amazon existed, but did they have overnight shipping back then? I guess it depends where you live, right? Oh, anyway, we're getting into the logistics of things. Where was I? Oh, a notification from the pet cam. I almost ignored it. Sure, I'd triggered the thing, but I opened it anyway. What I saw made my my toes grip. What I saw made my grip tighten on the phone. Instead of a video of myself in bed, I saw a man, tall, gangly, with pale skin and large eyes. He was moving in my room with exaggerated steps, like a sneaking cartoon character. He got right up to the lens, so close I could almost smell his rotten breath, and he smiled. I immediately paused the video, terrified. I looked at the spot where the man should have been standing, but there was no one there. I went into Amazon and found the pet cam, read the reviews hoping for some weird glitch. It had to be a joke, right? The first dozen reviews were pretty standard, but it was the last that caused me to bolt upright. The customer complained that the camera was on a time delay, something as much as 15 minutes. I went back to the video and pressed play with shaky hands. I watched in horror as the man slithered under my bed, giving the camera a wink before disappearing in the darkness. Then I saw myself enter the room and climb in bed before the video ended. Now I'm sitting in my bed, knowing he's under it. I could call the police, but I doubt I'd have time. So please, do yourself a favor and read the reviews. Why is he blaming this on the camera? Why is the camera... Why is the camera in fault here if he was the one that let an intruder into his home? Okay, this is spooky. How did he get in the house? If you're here, and I'm here, who's driving the boat? Yeah, okay, so read the reviews. Then he would have reacted. I don't know. That's a good reason. That's a good reason. So remember, guys, read the motherfucking reviews. Okay, this next one is called 24 hours. 24 hours? What could that possibly mean? Okay, yesterday, Todd made it his mission to sleep with as many women as possible. So Todd's a whore. Got it. He managed a whopping 37 in just 24 hours. What is this guy on? It's too late for me to be here. Good night. Hopefully, there's no one under your bed. That'd be unfortunate. Ooh. Ooh. Hopefully you don't have a camera in your room, or a cat, or a bed. What were you saying? Hopefully you don't trip and fall asleep. Tub your toe. Okay, what's the thing? He managed a whopping 37 in 24 hours. That means he was having it like more than once an hour. That's crazy. An insurmountable amount for an average day. But this was not an average day. Who was going to say no to some devil's tango? That's not what it says. It says sex, but I don't know. He didn't know he'd soon be a father to 6 illegitimate children, or he wouldn't have done it. Why would he do it? What is this story? Hold up. Yesterday, Anne snapped and slit the throat of her toxic ex-husband. What is this story? The neighbors walking by saw the whole thing through the window, but simply looked at each other, shrugged, and kept walking. Anne continued her day as usual, leaving the still warm body on her floor. She didn't know she would be arrested for murder, or she wouldn't have done it. Yesterday, Lacey took her husband and kids on a drive on the winding roads next to the ocean. Her hands shook as she gripped the wheel, while her kids sat oblivious in the back. She and her husband shared a meaningful look as she jerked the car to the right into the crashing ocean waves. She didn't know she would be shunned while laying 6 feet under, or she wouldn't have done it. Yesterday, the news was announced that an unsurvivable asteroid was headed straight to Earth. I gotta scroll. Oh my! That was the asteroid. That was the asteroid that fucking hit. Yesterday, the world erupted into unprecedented chaos as everyone had decided to do with their last 24 hours. But today, utter and complete pandemonium occurred because the asteroid missed. Whoa! Okay. Well, this is awkward. Is the one comment underneath. Okay, that one was alright. So far, my favorite one is probably the read the reviews one. That one was pretty creepy. That one was pretty creepy. ChatGPT make a crazy story that makes no sense. ChatGPT, can you do this for me? Can you make a story for me? Anyway, the blind child. Stabbing. Sylvia pointed a trembling finger at her brother Arthur. Or my brother Arthur. Her milky, unseeing eyes gleamed in his direction, and his wife, Agnes, trembled with indignation from across the table. My husband's face dropped. What is this? My husband's face colored as he dropped. That's not what it's supposed to say, I think. I think it's supposed to say my husband's face color dropped as he dropped his fork. Whatever, let's skip that sentence. That doesn't make sense. My husband's face colored as he dropped his fork and dragged our daughter back into her bedroom, scolding her as they went. I'm gonna chalk that up to, English mistake. The rest of the night was awkward, and the pep in our conversation never occurred. Or never recovered. Like, maybe I can't read. maybe it's me. 2 weeks later, Agnes was stabbed to death in her office parking lot. An inebriated college student found her, almost vomited all over her, and called the cops. My brother swore that he bore no ill will against my daughter, but I could tell he was lying. One day, the middle-aged woman who taught our daughter how to read, R.E.P.O, called me. Ma'am, I don't know what's going on, but your daughter's been whispering, electrocution, electrocution, for the past half hour, and it's starting to distract her from her lessons. Could you please talk to her? I did. Sylvia, in her 9-year-old lack of understanding, told me it's just a cool new word she learned at school. The death of an electrician made headlines the following week. It was a freak accident involving tangled wires and a bucket of water. Sylvia's face was blurred for privacy, but her voice was as familiar as anything to me. Or her teacher. I can't read. He was my partner, my soulmate. While my husband was working late, I called Sylvia into the living room. Honey, is there anything Mommy should know? She hesitated. Honey, you know you can talk to me. She denied it once more. I have no secrets for you, Mommy. My husband walked into the living room with his hair tousled and his eyes distant. Instead of rushing to hug her dad, Sylvia simply turned towards him. Fire, she said. Ooh. My heart stopped. Every time Sylvia had said something like that, it was the person's partner who died. And of that reason, a fire? Was Sylvia merely making predictions, or was she putting a curse on me for snooping in on her business? Why, this devil child. Oh my gosh. She's calling. Oh my gosh. She's turning against her own child. My husband came home one night. Wounded. Oh no. Hold up. I skipped a couple because it's going down. Hold up. I grew paranoid, checked the appliances and electronics constantly, and cleared the house of any fire hazards. Or so she thought. That was my life over the next few days. All the while, I kept my eyes on Sylvia. Sylvia. I had grown almost hateful towards my own daughter. My husband came home one night, wounded and blackened with soot, while I sat in the living room and Sylvia listened to the radio beside me. What's the matter? I asked. He gulped. One of my colleagues. Her house caught on fire. She was trapped in. But I managed to escape. That turned the gears in my head. What were you doing in her house? The expression on my husband's face was sufficient admission of guilt. I opened my mouth to speak. Why am I nervous? Why am I so nervous? I opened my mouth to speak. No, to scream. But a smaller voice from beside looked at me and whispered, poisoning. Oh, her husband was cheating. Okay, that one was pretty good. That's crazy. He was cheating. He was being a whore. Okay, this one's kind of short. Oh, this one's really short. I don't hate my sister. This was also 6 years ago. These are like the top ones on this. on this one. I don't hate my sister. Because all the things I do to Renee, most people would say I hate my little sister. I'm here to set the record straight. I didn't like Renee's cat out. Oh. Hold up. I need water. Where's my water bottle? Where were we? Oh. I didn't let Renee's cat out the back door because I hate her. Muffins is fine. I've been feeding him behind the shed. I didn't flush Renee's medications before she takes them because I hate her. I was pretty panicked when I thought the toilet was going to clog though. I didn't erase her biology essay because I hate her. She got to see the cute librarian she's crushing on anyways. I didn't unplug her cell phone because she left the house because I hate her. I unplugged it so that mom and dad wouldn't be able to call her. I didn't use the faulty outlet in the living room because I hate Renee. I really don't hate my sister. The fire didn't kill Renee because Renee didn't have to go back for muffins. Renee wasn't sleeping due to her medicine. Renee was at the library doing her report. I didn't let our mom and dad die because I hate my little sister. I did it so she wouldn't end up being buried in the garden like me. Oh, she was a ghost the whole time. Whoa. That's crazy. What? That was such a short one, but the twist was insane. It was like freaking shortest one ever. That's crazy. I don't hate my sister. I just hate my fucking parents. Oh no! Okay, I think these next ones are a bit longer. Actually, they don't seem that long. Okay, that one's pretty long. They should be a little bit longer. Well, they're maybe. We'll see. These we're kind of flying through them. Kind of flying through them. Horrifying experience during quarantine. Okay. This is literally one paragraph. We all went through quarantine, so maybe maybe we can relate. This seems like less of a story and more of like someone just retelling something that happened to them. If that makes sense. Okay. I was upstairs in my room one night playing video games with the volume really loud when I thought I heard noises coming from downstairs. As you do. I muted the TV and listened closer. Nothing. I resumed playing the game for another hour when I heard it again, only louder. I wonder what game he was playing. I was sure I heard it this time and was a little freaked out. To assure myself, I went downstairs to the basement where I thought I heard the noise coming from. As soon as I opened the basement door, I was hit with a cold breeze. I went downstairs and saw the window wide open. I was 100% sure I had closed and locked all the windows in the house. I was ready to make a run for it when something stopped me. I turned around and for the first time noticed the closet door was slightly cracked open. Ooh. I stood for what seemed like 30 minutes in front of the door debating whether I should open it. I moved closer and put my hand on the doorknob. All of a sudden, I heard a creepy crackle coming from inside the closet. I've never run faster up a flight of stairs before. I locked the door and called the cops, who had an unusually fast response time.
TSSSS.
It's a creeper. They came in and searched the house, and not even 5 minutes into their search, I heard a gunshot from downstairs. A few minutes later, they came out with a deranged-looking man, probably homeless. What the fuck? That's the homeless man. They put him in the back of the car and told me they had opened the door, and the man was holding a gun, shot at them and missed. Okay, wait, hold up, the sentence is kind of weird. The cops disarmed him and arrested him. The scariest part was how close I was to opening that door and likely being murdered. Ew. I hate that, like, all the noises that we've gotten have kind of, like, fit the stories. So we got like the text message sound for the review one. We got the breeding with this one. We got the asteroid explosion one for the asteroid one. Well, it's a mind boom, but you know what I mean. I don't like how they're all like matching up. I don't like it. This is creepy. Okay. This next one is called Don't Google Yourself. Of course, don't Google yourself. Oh, this one is a little bit longer, a little bit longer. Okay. Don't Google yourself. Don't Google yourself. Why? Because you may not like what you find. One day, I was bored and decided to search up my own name on Google. I have quite a rare name, so I didn't expect to find many results. Imagine how surprised I was when I came across a website that had my full name in the domain. www.punkiroomie.com. No. No, it says www.myname.com. When I clicked the link, it brought me to a message board. I looked at the profile of the website owner and found out that the person was the same age as me and had the same hobbies and interests. There weren't any posts on the message board, but I was intrigued, so I saved it into my favorites. It was about a month later when I came back to the website. This time, it had more content. There were some diary entries, most likely random things like weather was nice or I'm so bored in work, things of that nature. However, as time went on, I began to notice more and more coincidences. This person lived in the same city as I did. It struck me rather strange that two people with the same exact rare name would be living in the same city at the same time. At one point, I noticed that the contents of the diary are quite similar to my own. One day, I went to a baseball game. When I checked the website that evening, I found that the owner of the site had gone to the same baseball game. At first, I didn't think much of it. After all, thousands of people in the city supported the same baseball team. It began to seem like much more than a simple coincidence. Whenever I checked the website, I would notice little biographical details that seemed too close for comfort. For example, the owner mentioned their pet dog, and the dog's name was the same as the dog I had when I was a child. Ooh. The website owner posted a picture of their car. It was the same model of car I had been driving when I was in college. They talked about eating a certain restaurant. I was the restaurant. It was the same restaurant I had gone to all the time when I was working at my previous job. One day, when I looked at the message board, people had written message to the owner saying, "Happy birthday." That day, it was my birthday as well. I decided to write on the message board for the first time, just out of curiosity. I was going to wish the owner a happy birthday and tell them we had the same name. However, when I tried to write something, I realized that there was nowhere to type your message. It wasn't a message board at all, just a static page. Static page. That's odd, I thought to myself. In other words, whoever owned the website had gone to a lot of trouble to make it seem as if they had an interactive site, as if there was other people posting on it, when in fact, all of the content must have been created by the owner. Why on earth would someone do that, I wondered. I decided to send an email to the owner. It read, "Hi there, believe it or not, we both share the same name. Nice to meet you." It was just a friendly email. The next day, when I tried to look at the website, I discovered it was gone. It seemed like it had been deleted. Then I opened my mailbox. There was one reply. When I looked at it, a chill ran down my spine. It just read, "Found you." No! That's it! That's where it ends! What happens? Does he chase you down? Does he find you? Are you dead? How are you posting this if you're dead? That's scary. And that's why you don't Google yourself or put your full name on the internet, chat, okay? I feel like we as a society I feel like we as a society have really lost the meaning of internet safety online. You know? I feel like we really need to go back to a time where we were more protective of our real life. Google yourself. Should I Google myself? Here, I've Googled, okay, full disclosure, I have Googled myself before, and you know what comes up? That stupid penguin. There's a stupid penguin that comes up when you Google me. Did you just type in Punky? I'm gonna go incognito. Yeah, the stupid penguin from Pingu comes up. That's why my one goal. I just want it to be, when you type in Punky into Google, that stupid penguin doesn't come up, and it's me instead, okay? Look at his, he has no drip. Let me show you. Look at him. Whatever, by the way. One moment. Okay, well, you're gonna have to try to see through this. I'm not moving on that. Look at him! Look at him! He's dripless! He has no drip! Put him next to us. No! I hate him. He's got that goofy ass smile. Look at his fucking overalls. They go into his skin. He's a freak. They don't go like around his shoulders. Like they go into his fucking body. It's weird. I don't like him. I hate that guy. I hate that guy. Anyway, that's my goal. I just want to not have that come up when you type in Punky into Google. That is my one goal. To dethrone this penguin on Google. That's all I want. He's dedicated to the drip. So dedicated he body modified himself. He's so dedicated. Okay. Yeah, don't Google yourself. Okay. This next one is called Run. Run. And if you can't run, then walk. And if you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, don't stop. What happens if I stop? Got it. Okay. Alright. The timing is insane. Okay. It's only been an hour since everyone on Earth, as far as I could tell, heard those same words. I was already walking through the park when I heard them, and after seeing what happens, I won't be stopping anytime soon. It's been 2 hours now. I've kept walking. I'm tired, but stopping is not an option. Some people try driving, but the act of getting in a car requires stopping, even for the briefest moment. And as, I was saying, cars are stupid. No. And as those already driving when they heard the rules soon found out, it's impossible to move indefinitely in a vehicle, especially in a crowded city. Their screams kept me moving. It's been 4 hours now, and I'm exhausted, and the only thing pushing me forward being the fear of what awaits when I stop. And yes, I mean when. Proven by plenty of those around me, eventually I'll have to stop. Some have just given up, accepting their fate only to immediately regret the decision. Some just couldn't take the screams anymore, and most simply didn't see the point of continuing. And with every step, I'm starting to become more like the latter. Scroll. It's been 6 hours, and for the first time, I saw what happens up close. I was walking aimlessly down an alley, trying to get away from the madness, when I saw a young man no more than 16 crying. It didn't even register to me at first until I made eye contact with him. He had stopped moving. His eyes were bloodshot, and not just white around his pupils. I mean, the entirety of his eyes were red. Black tears streamed down his expressionless face, and then he smiled. A wide, toothy smile that would have screamed of joy if it wasn't followed by animalistic screams that would be that would have given the that would have given the biggest horror fanatic nightmares. I wish I could say witnessing his dying moments was the most horrific thing that happened to me today, but then it hit me. The realization that I had stopped moving. Ah! Whoa! My first ever Reddit post. Please leave opinions and criticism. If anyone wants a part 2, let me know. How would we get a part 2? How would we get a part 2? He's dead, right? How would we get a part 2 if he's gone? If he's dead and gone? Okay. Next one. I kind of wish that they wouldn't end so abruptly. A lot of these just end really abruptly. They just end and that's it. Okay. Barbecue chicken alert. No. It says, emergency alert. Do not look outside your windows. I just opened my window. What? Okay, I don't feel safe. Oh, this one's a long one. Emergency alert. Warning, this is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. Citizens of the world, lock your doors. Close all your blinds. Do not go anywhere near windows. Do not look outside. Do not leave your house. Stay in a room with no windows. Gather what supplies you can. Turn off all the lights. Do not open the door for anything. Is this like the one, there's what are they called? Analog horror. There's like an analog horror like this now. When I first heard it, I did... What the fuck? Oh. When I first heard it, it didn't even sound real. It sounded fake, like something in a horror movie. But it was an emergency, so I decided I probably should do what they tell me. Ooh, go to the bathroom. I grabbed the flashlight, pillow, my phone, charger, food, and other basic stuff to keep me entertained while this stuff happened. I had no idea what was going on, but once I got into my bathroom and got comfy, I texted my parents asking if they got the alert. They also did. They said citizens of the world. Did they actually broadcast to the world? I asked myself. So I texted an internet friend that lives across the world, and they said they got it too. Same exact message. And to be honest, it's kind of scary. They tell you what to do, but not what's going on, and people are scared of that. 20 minutes later. 20 minutes later. Emergency alert. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. Unknown creatures have been knocking on people's doors and been killing people that open the door. There are 5 major hotspots: Washington, D.C., Tokyo, Toronto, Moscow, and London. Notice how they didn't say the moon. They've been located all around, but it seems as though they are attacking those first. This is an invasion. Stay in your rooms. Do not open any doors. Do not look outside. They can kill you instantly with just a look. May God help us all. Emergency nuke sirens are going off. Tornado sirens are going off. What is going on? Is this a prank? How can an invasion be real? Are aliens real? How can I comprehend that? I heed car... Oh no, this is heed, but I think it's heard. I hear car alarms going off. Car alarms. Am I okay? I hear car alarms going off. I hear things being destroyed. They are here. They are killing. It sounds like a war zone out there, but without any guns. What can the government do? Just shoot them? But they would die looking at them. There's no possible way we could ever survive this. We are going to die. I text my parents, but no answer. I text my brother and sister. No answer. I start to panic now. What if my family's all gone? And all I can do is listen to other people's family get murdered. The nuke sirens have started again, and they probably are very loud, shaking my whole apartment. I wonder what the other people in my building are thinking. Probably like me. This is it. This is the end of the world. Everyone on this planet will die. I hear a knock on my door. I don't answer it. I hear someone screaming for me to open it. I mean, it sounded human. Should I open it? No, that would be stupid. Emergency alert. Barbecue chicken alert. Emergency alert. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The extraterrestrial are attacking every major city in the world. There is a lot of them. We have not found out what they want. Stay inside. Millions if not billions are dead. Stay inside. It's as if the government had given up now. There's no way to fight, and these messages are less helpful each time. if billions are dying, then I don't know how we can survive this. I mean, I have so far, but it doesn't sound like for long. I hear buildings being destroyed. I hear cars being destroyed. My building has been hit a few times. I hear my world crumble around me. At this point, there's no reason to hope anymore. There's so many dying and there's so much chaos, they will get everyone. I would love to know what one of these things look like, but if I see them, I die. I hope someone takes a picture, and if we do survive, I want to see it. I want to see what's killing us. But the end is nowhere near. And I don't even know how many people we have left. Should I just kill myself? Maybe I should die before they get me. I don't want to die by those things. Plus, what if we survive and get survivor's guild? Then there's no way I... Scrolling. Emergency alert. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The extraterrestrial have left and left billions of people dead. If you are alive, please tap the button on your phone now. If on a radio, tune to 104 and state your name and city. We will update you in 20 minutes. There's no way I would want to live. That's what I was going to say. And yet somehow I'm actually alive. Do I want to die now? Well, no, but how many people are alive? What did these things want? Why did they attack us? There's too many questions to even ask right now. At this point, all we can do is try and figure out the numbers and restart society. How can a world like ours recover from something like this? How long until society is normal again? Will humanity ever be the same? I don't know. What do I know? I will text my friends and family and come back with some numbers. Emergency alert. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. We have reported a little over 1 billion people accounted for. Not every country has technology, so we will investigate these countries in the coming months. We do not understand what the creatures wanted, nor what they have taken. In the next month or two, we will be figuring out the next steps for humanity. May God help us all. Only 3 people I know survived. My sister, my uncle, and my best friend. Everyone else is dead. I want to kill myself. But at the same time, humanity needs me. We need each other to continue human life. Only time will tell what to do next, if there is anything next. Edit. It's 2 weeks later. The guilt is too much. I'm a fucking coward. Goodbye. Oh, I guess they added that at the end. This is my first short story. Nothing amazing, but hopefully it's a good read. Yeah, that one was pretty scary. That's actually kind of fucked. I really enjoy emergency alert stories. I made a story about 3 months ago about the Hawaiian missile crisis. It wasn't very good, just an idea mostly. I should rewrite it. I think that was definitely one of the better ones. I think so far my favorite ones have been the reviews. The blind child one was pretty good. The I don't hate my sister. All of them have been pretty good, I feel like. For the most part, they've been pretty decent. Okay. This next one is our longest one. And it's called My Daughter's Imaginary Friend Wants My Face. 8.654. Actually, I give it an 8.654894523 out of 10. What do I? Ooh, this one is quite the read. Okay. My daughter's imaginary friend wants my face. Let me actually read some water first. One moment. I always thought about moving back into my grandmother's house would feel like coming home. The creaking floors, the draft slipping through the attic door, the faint smell of damp wood mixed with decades of old perfume. I told myself it would be comforting. I told myself it was familiar. I was wrong. Lily adapted quickly, of course. She bounced from room to room, exploring the nooks and corners of the old house, delighting in the way sunlight slanted through the dusty blinds in the afternoons. That's when she started talking about a new friend. "Oh, Mommy, you have to meet Mara," she chirped one morning, tugging my hand toward the living room. I smiled, assuming it was a classmate from preschool, as I adjusted her little backpack. That's nice, Lily. What's Mara like? She's funny, Lily said, giggling, and she likes my crayons. I nodded, imagining the other children in Lily's class, the way kids attach themselves to new companions. It felt normal, at least at first, but a small tug of unease tickled in the back of my mind, like static electricity crawling along my spine. Ooh! Very descriptive writer. That night, after tucking her in and kissing her forehead, I went to the kitchen to wash the dishes. I was rinsing a plate when I heard her voice again, low and urgent. Mara likes you. She likes it over here. I froze, glancing around the empty living room. Lily wasn't there. She was in her room upstairs. Lily? I called softly. No response. I pressed my forehead to the counter, pretending everything was normal, but I could feel my heart pound through my chest. The hairs on the back of my neck prickled. Shadows pooled in the corners, thick and heavy, as if waiting. Later that night, I awoke and found Lily sitting cross-legged on her bedroom floor, whispering to the air. Fuck no. Fuck no. If I wake up and my kid is sitting in the middle of their bedroom floor, just la 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 la. I'm leaving. Words I didn't understand. Sentences that didn't make sense. We have to wait. You want to be real? I pressed closer to the doorway, heart hammering. That wasn't a preschool friend. Mara didn't exist, not in any way I could see, touch, or understand. I immediately questioned Lily, but she seemed to be sleep-talking again. After I tucked her into bed, I climbed in beside her, letting the warmth of her small body lull me into sleep. The next morning, Lily was coloring at the kitchen table, oblivious to the tight grip on the edge of the counter. Mommy, she said suddenly, voice soft and serious, Mara wants your face. I stopped what I was doing. The fork in my hand clattered onto the table. The words didn't sound like a child's joke. There was no trace of humor, no hesitation, no playful grin, just certainty. I blinked, stunned. My mouth opened, closed, opened again. No more jokes, I told myself, heart thundering. Lily tilted her head and smiled faintly, unaware of the tension twisting the air around us. She says it'll make her feel real. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to shake her. I wanted to tell her that Mara was imaginary, that this was a sick joke of a game. But the chill crawling along my spine told me it wasn't. This wasn't a game. After a few nights of catching Lily whispering to herself, I couldn't shake the unease. I decided to take her to a child therapist, hoping for some rational explanation. What was that? Oh, is the AC turning on? Oh, let me close my window. Fuck this. That scared me. Ooh, that scared me. Okay. Did I scroll down? I did, okay. Dr. Hansen. Ooh, Chris Hansen on the case. Dr. Hansen was kind and professional, nodding as Lily described Mara and their later conversations. After listening carefully, she smiled reassuringly at me. Imaginary friends are completely normal at this age, she said. They're a healthy part of creativity and emotional growth. There's nothing unnatural here, and nothing to worry about. I left the office, leaving a little lighter, clutching Lily's hand. Part of me wanted to believe her, that Mara was just a figment of imagination, a harmless playmate. But another part, the part that lingered in the old house at night, couldn't shake the sense that something wasn't right. The following days were slow, suffocating descent into dread. Shadows seemed to stretch. Okay, I can still hear the AC. Hold up. Let me actually close it properly. The fucking AC is like right outside my window, so you will hear it when it turns on. Sometimes even when the window is closed. Oh, shut up, chair. Shut up. Okay, where was I? Allow me. Shadows seemed to stretch longer than they should, crawling across the walls at angles that defied the sunlight spilling through the blinds. The house responded to our presence. Footsteps echoed when no one was there. Drawers creaked and slammed shut. Lily became increasingly confident in her conversations with Mara. She likes this, she would say, arranging her toys in precise formations, and she says you'll help her next. I found myself imagining Mara, pale, impossibly still, mimicking Lily's smallest gestures. Every laugh, every tilt of her head seemed rehearsed. Even though Mara wasn't real, the house seemed to bend around her presence, as if learning, listening. One evening, Lily whispered from the top of the stairs, "Mara wants to see you, Mommy." Ooh. I froze on the couch, clutching a pillow to my chest. "Lily, you have to go to bed," I said, voice tighter than I anticipated. "She says you're supposed to come," Lily replied, eyes wide, unwavering. Something in the air shifted. A draft brush. That sounds like Silent Hill music. It's not. A draft brushed along my neck. The lights flickered faintly. I told myself it was electrical, that I was imagining things. But the way Lily's eyes gleamed, the way the air seemed heavier around her, told me otherwise. Sleep became impossible. I would lie awake listening to the soft scratching noises from the walls, small, deliberate taps that didn't sound like rodents or old plumbing. Sometimes I thought I heard whispering in the corners, low, urgent words just beyond understanding. One night I woke up to the feeling of fingers brushing my cheek. Gentle, almost affectionate. I froze. "Mommy," Lily whispered. "Mara's practicing." I swung on the light, and for a split second I thought I saw it. A pale, wrong face emerged from the shadows. It had my eyes, my smile, but it wasn't me. I screamed, and I heard Lily giggle, her small, high-pitched laugh sending chills down my spine. The next day, I searched for new homes. I even went on asking around town about the paranormal. Why did it take you this long to look for new homes? Why? I would have... The moment I saw my child sitting in the middle of a fucking room... You contact 3 people. An exorcist. A real estate agent. The firefighters to burn down the house. Okay, those are the 3 people you're getting when your child does that, I think. Where was I? Did I scroll? I did. Every glance in reflective surfaces became a test of sanity. A lingering look in a window, and I thought I saw a movement just out of sync in my own. A shadow that didn't match my own. A whisper in my ear when I was alone. And Lily was complicit. She would giggle, tilt her head, speak in a voice that wasn't hers. "Mara says it's almost ready." That was the final straw. It was time to leave. No matter how much Lily complained that Mara would be left behind, I didn't care. The house was unnervingly still. When I entered Lily's bedroom, it was empty. My heart pounded in my throat. I called her name. No response. The shadows in the corners of the room seemed to thicken. I ran outside and froze. There she was. Lily was standing in the yard, yet she was holding hands with something that shouldn't exist. It was taller than any man I'd ever seen. Pale, impossibly grotesque, and almost human, but wrong in every way. Oh my fucking... That got me. That one got me, okay? That's the beginning of a regular show episode. Woo! Its face. It was mine, stitched together in uneven patches, unfinished, with a smile that mirrored me too perfectly, making my stomach twist. Lily's hand squeezed mine from a distance. Her little grin, bright and innocent. "Mara says thank you, Mommy," she said, and the words felt like ice crawling through my veins. I couldn't move. My legs wouldn't obey me. I could only watch as the thing tilted its head, studying me, learning me, taking me in piece by piece. The shadows of the house stretched toward us, thick and dark, as they were reaching for me too. Lily laughed softly, and that laugh, my daughter's yet not, echoed. And I realized with a sinking certainty that left my chest hollow, that whatever Mara was, it wasn't finished. It was still learning, still growing, and it had decided I was the next lesson. And that's where it fucking ends. That's where it fucking ends. No. Does he have any more? But that was really good. That was really good. That was pretty good. That was a pretty interesting one. Where's this one? Ooh, let me read this one. This one's called. This one is posted in the creepy pasta one. This one's pretty spooky. My mother used to say that houses are alive. She wasn't wrong. This is 6 days ago. Holy crap. I moved back into my mother's house 2 months ago. It wasn't part of the plan. The plan... Speaking of mothers. Ooh. Ooh, I heard her right now. Okay, let me restart. Ooh, it's like she's scary. I moved back into my mother's house 2 months ago. It wasn't part of the plan. The plan was to rent somewhere small, get my bearings again after she died, and maybe try to rebuild the pieces of my life that fell apart with her. But when I went to collect her things, I couldn't leave. There was something about the house, something that felt like unfinished business. It's the same It's the same old two-story I grew up in. White siding, creaky porch, the faint smell of dust and lavender. Dust and lavender. What does it smell like? Dust and lavender. I feel like I don't remember the smell of dust, but if I were to smell it, I'd be like, yeah, that's dust. That's dust right there. Yeah, yeah. Like I can't recall it right now, but if I were to be sitting in a dusty room, I would know what it smells like. My mother loved that smell. She said it calmed the house down. Even as a kid, though, I never felt calm here. I used to tell her the walls made noises when I was alone. Little groans, sighs, a kind of hum when I cried. She'd laugh and say, "Old houses settle, Clara." Clara, I said her name incorrectly. I don't even know the name of my own child. They creak because they're alive in their own way. I thought she meant metaphorically. I don't anymore. The first few nights back were normal enough. Lonely, yes. Too quiet. Scroll. I couldn't sleep in my old bedroom. It still had those faint outlines on the wall from where I'd tape up posters, like ghosts of teenage years I'd rather forget. So I took my mom's room instead. Her perfume lingered on the curtains, and the bed still dipped on her side as if she'd only just gotten up. I started cleaning during the day, sorting through her things, trying to make the place feel like mine. That's when it started. Small things. Things I told myself were a coincidence. One afternoon, I caught myself thinking, this dresser would look much better by the window. The next morning, it was. I laughed it off, assuming I'd moved and forgotten. Then, it happened again. I was reaching for the hallway light switch, but the switch wasn't there. Instead, it was on the other wall, right where my hand had hesitated a moment before. My stomach dropped, like missing a step on the stairs. I told myself I was misremembering. That grief makes people fuzzy. That night, I walked through the house, taking pictures of the layout, of where everything was, so I could prove to myself that it wasn't moving. The next day, the photos didn't match. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? It wasn't dramatic, not at first. The door is an inch off, stair count one higher, the kitchen window slightly taller. I thought maybe I was going insane, you know what I'm saying? I even scheduled an appointment with the therapist. But then, the house started helping me. This is just like... Pause. This is just like an evil version of that one movie that Disney made. What was it called? With the house. Encanto. This is just an evil version of that movie. When I think about coffee, I'd find the mug already waiting on the counter. When I'd feel cold, the heat would hum to life without touching the thermostat. One night, I couldn't find my phone. I whispered, "Where did I even leave it?" and the bedroom light flickered like a nod. I found it glowing on the nightstand. It felt like the house cared. It was subtle, intimate, almost maternal, like it wanted to take care of me the way she used to. Told myself that was comforting, but the comfort didn't last here. The first time I got angry, I felt like it breathed. Scared. Why am I scared? This is a story. I was trying to open a jammed drawer, my mother's old jewelry box, the one with the music that never worked, and it wouldn't budge. I yanked harder, muttering under my breath, "For God's sake, open!" Every door in the house slammed at once. The windows rattled. The air pressure changed. Like before a storm. Then, it was still. I stood there shaking, trying to laugh it off. Old houses, am I right, guys? I whispered. But I could feel something watching me. Not from a corner or a doorway, but from the walls themselves. After that, I started testing it. When I felt sad, the lights dimmed. When I panicked, the hallway stretched. I swear to you, it elongated, the end of it sliding further away as I ran. When I calmed down, it shrank. I told myself it was grief, stress, trauma, all the buzzwords therapists love to use. But then, I started noticing something worse. The house wasn't reacting to me anymore. It was anticipating. I'd reach for the faucet. It would turn before my fingers touched it. I'd think about checking the mail, and hear the front door unlatch on its own. I'd dream about my mother, and wake up to find her perfume thick in the air, as if she'd been standing right over me. The final straw was the basement. Oh God, it's always a basement, it's always a basement. I always hated that basement. As a kid, I refused to go down there. My mother kept the door locked most of the time anyway. Said it was for storage, though I don't remember her storing anything. Last week, I was sitting in the living room when I heard something moving beneath the floorboards. Slow, deliberate, like someone dragging furniture. Then I froze. Then I heard a whisper. "Come see what I made for you." It was my mother's voice. I wanted to run, but the hallway had already shifted. The door was gone. Only one door remained open. The basement. I don't remember walking down the stairs. Just remember the smell. Wet earth, lavender, and something metallic underneath. The basement was larger than it should have been. The floor sloped downward, the walls bending in impossible curves. The wallpaper from upstairs bled into concrete, as though the house was growing downward. At the center was a new door, one I'd never seen. It was painted white, but wet, like the paint hadn't dried. I touched it, and the door breathed. Why is the door breathing? Why are we breathing? Why are doors breathing? The wood expanded against my palm, warm and pulsing. I stepped back, trembling. The whisper came again, closer this time. "You've been thinking so loudly. We only wanted to help." I screamed and ran back up the stairs. But they wouldn't end. The steps kept repeating, looping like an optical illusion. The house was flooding in on itself, reconfiguring. Every thought I had become a direction. "Don't close in." The ceiling lowered. "Don't lock me in." The door vanished. "Stop, stop, stop." The walls pulsed harder, almost shuddering. I blacked out. When I woke up, I was in my bed. Morning light flickering through the curtains. Everything normal again. The furniture in its place. For a while, I convinced myself it was a nightmare. Till I saw a note on my dresser. My mother's handwriting. "Don't leave again. The house gets lonely." The note was written on the wallpaper that matched the basement. "I've tried leaving. I've tried. Every time I pack my bags, something goes wrong. The tires deflate, the front door locks itself, my phone refuses to dial anyone but Mom, and she answers. Sometimes I hear her humming through the vents at night." Sometimes I hear her shitting herself through the vents. Sometimes I hear her shitting herself through the vents. Oh my God. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I was getting scared anyway. I needed myself a little laugh. I needed a little laugh. My phone refuses to dial anyone but Mom. And she answers, I already read all this. For TikTok. That was gonna be for the TikTok. Sometimes I hear sometimes I hear her shitting herself in the vents at night. The same lullaby she sang when I was small. Sometimes I smell that lavender perfume and the walls ripple softly, as if pleased. I think the house is keeping me safe. No, I think it's keeping me. Because last night I dreamt of that white door again. I could hear breathing on the other side, slow, steady, in sync with mine. When I woke up, there was a new door in the hallway. This one red, wet, waiting. I think it wants me... wait, what the... Oh, I think it wants to make me part of it. Maybe that's what happened to her. Maybe that's why the house always feels alive. If anyone reading this knows anything about old homes, foundations that shift, blueprints that don't stay consistent, please tell me if this is possible. Tell me there is a reason. Because I looked at property records, and this house has stood here since 1913. It's been sold 16 times. Every owner leased as deceased on property. But there's one detail that makes my skin crawl. Each record lists a different floor plan, and the most recent one, the one dated this year, has a new room added. A bedroom. With my name on it. And that's where it ends. That's the story. Man, I'm nervous. That's the story of how my mom shitted herself in her home. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's buy a house. We've seen past owners that died there. She. She said it then pooped. I shit myself midway through. That's so funny. That's actually fucking hilarious. I'm like scrolling down in this person who wrote the story, because it's the same one. It's the same guy who wrote the last one we read, and like all of his posts are like scary stories, and then one of them is just my top 10 Skillet songs. I hope y'all have a blessed day. Number 1, Whispers in the Dark. Number 2, Monster. 3, Collide. 4, Comatose. 5, Hero. Okay. This person, shout out to David Hollow. He's a very good writer. Very good writer. Oh, he has a 2-sentence horror story. Ooh, we should read some 2-sentence horror. The babysitter called to say my kids wouldn't stop staring at her. I don't have kids, but I told her to keep them busy anyway. Oh! Oh! Here, let's do some 2-sentence horror. I spent 20 years in prison for a crime that I didn't even commit, praying that I might someday see my kids again. And when I finally did, I beat them to death with a bat, just like they did to their mother before they pinned it on me. Oh my gosh! Holy crap! Starting off strong, I see. Oh my gosh! Wait, this one was posted 8 minutes ago. This one was posted 8 minutes ago. I watched my parents talking to the doctors, being informed of my condition with tears rolling down their cheeks. When they said they were sure they wanted to take me off life support, I screamed, but they didn't even look my way. Well, that's just the way she goes. Oh, that's a promoted one. My daughter was born with only 2 legs, so it's only a matter of time before we will be able to mimic the humans completely. That's a fucking alien. That's an alien POV. That's an alien POV. Okay. So, boy or girl? The midwife asked the young laboring woman. One of these twins will be sacrificed, as your husband declared, and if you can't choose, I'll just pick the first one who gets out. Oh my gosh, damn. Give me a second, ma'am. My daughter proudly showed me her drawing of a woman with no limbs and her mouth sewn shut. I smiled, handed it back to her, and said, "Why don't you go to the basement and show Mommy the picture you drew of her?" Oh, what do you mean? Why is Mommy no limbs? Why does Mommy have no limbs? So these are NSFW. After suffering through another miserable school day, I came home and passed my mom's lingering hollow smell before stopping in the bathroom. When I entered, I felt a tinge of pain in my forearm and a vision of pale corpse bleeding out in the shower floor the night before flashed my eyes. They killed their mom! This one's 8 hours ago. Wait, this was 19 minutes ago. This one was 19 minutes ago. I could hear the buzzing getting louder from the humanoid sack of flesh I'd just birthed. The nurses scream in horror as I use my bare teeth to open the sack to free my babies. Ew, gross. That's some Silent Hill shit. That's some Silent Hill F shit. Why did they just... I'm very intrigued to finish that story because I want to know the reasoning behind like some of the designs of the monsters in that game. Because why is there one monster just have a bunch of like bellies, right? Like, what's going on there? Why are you pregnant like a million times over? And why are you shooting out your children to fight me like in Silk Song? I was on the toilet taking a poop. Once I was done, I remembered. There was no toilet paper. Nah. I was taking a toilet. Or, fuck, I was taking a toilet when I went to poop. I was pooping. After I was done pooping, I wiped. But there was nothing on the toilet paper. Wow! Where did the poop go? Where did the poop go? Yeah, the good ones. Billy walked into the woods that morning to hike his favorite trail, something he did every week. He stumbled out that evening with a beard that hadn't been there, his clothes tattered, and completely emaciated. Billy, no! Billy, no! Okay, do I have any other ones? I kinda got distracted just looking at that other guy's account. Oh no, I closed it. I need these. Don't close them. I need them. Barbecue chicken alert. Why did that play after I said barbecue chicken alert? Damn it, dude. Damn it. Okay, I got one more. I got this one. I closed this one, but it was in my folder. One last one. One last spooky game. Story. It is called My Brother Didn't Leave His Room for 3 days. My parents wouldn't let me check on him. Ooh. Ooh. Should I ask Grok first? Grok is gonna give me a story about, like, I don't know. I've never used Grok before. Or use any AI. Besides, you know, my own brain. Because I am a... Anyway. My brother didn't leave his room for 3 days. My parents wouldn't let me check on him. Interesting. On the 3rd night, Jacob didn't come out of his room. I got the courage to bring it up to Mom. People don't sleep for this long, I said. She was cooking a casserole, the 6th one this week. We were running out of fridge space for the leftovers, but she kept making more. I would watch her from the corner of the kitchen, her posture curved, and her newly grayed hair hanging over the food. I walked over and tugged at her sleeve, but she didn't respond. She was slathering butter on the top crust. Mom, do you hear me? He needs his strength, she said. We can't be bothering him. Before I could say anything, Dad walked in. His eyes were red and swollen, but he was smiling. He had 3 cans of Coke in his hands. I'm starving. I still have the taste of that horrible cafeteria food in my mouth. You think hospitals would have good food for how much money they make, Mom said. I know, right? Dad said. He placed the Cokes on the counter. Mom didn't want us to go near Jacob's room, but I was worried. I peered out from the kitchen. His room hung at the end of the hallway like an abandoned lighthouse, the only sign of life being the New York Yankees poster taped to his door. Near the ground, there was a small sliver of space to see if he had turned on his lights. Okay, don't know why that took me so long. It was still dark, as if it had been there for the last 3 days. As it had been for the last 3 days. I turned back to Mom. Shouldn't we check on him? I asked. I don't know why places like Wendy's or Burger King don't. Why this so fucking oh, never mind. They're talking about the hospital. Yeah, let me stop asking questions. I don't know why places like Wendy's or Burger King don't put up little shops in hospital. Dad went on. I mean, you have hundreds of people who are stuck there for days on end. There's consistent business. It's all politics, Mom said. They signed these big contracts that are impossible to break. Right, that makes sense, right. Dad was standing next to Mom now, his face inches from the casserole. He took a long sniff. I can't do like a really long sniff. Insert really long sniff sound. Okay. He says, smells great. Do you want some of the leftovers while this finishes in the oven, she asked. I think we still have some from yesterday. Wasn't the spinach and ricotta one good? Very good. Very, very good, he said. I couldn't stop eating it. Then why is there fucking leftovers, huh? Jacob's gonna devour these when he gets the appetite, Mom said. Scrolling. I turned back and took a step into the hallway. The distance between me and his room felt long and narrow, like a high wire. When I got away from the casserole smell, I hit a different smell. It reminded me of old gym socks. Even with Mom's array of candles and incense, I still smelled it. It cut through everything. The last time I saw Jacob was on the drive home from his treatment. His face was a pale green, and his eyes kept rolling back. Mom said I had to keep talking to him to keep his focus. I told him about my friends from school and how they kept pranking the teacher by putting tacks on her chair. It wasn't true, but I was running out of material. It didn't matter, though. Jacob didn't even respond. All he did was cough. Pink drool spilling onto his t-shirt. Danny, Mom said, why don't you heat up some of the leftovers? We're all craving that spinach and ricotta casserole. I can't stop thinking about it, Dad said. I was dreaming about it last night. I ignored them. I kept my focus on my brother's door. I didn't dream about casserole like Dad did. I kept having a different dream. My brother was running into my room and flicking my ear. It was a game we used to play. We would tiptoe up to each other's door, then wait for a moment. Then the attacker ran in and got 1 or 2 good flicks before retreating. In my dream, though, Jacob would run in and flick me, but I wouldn't move. I just stood there. He would flick and laugh, and then flick some more. Sometimes he would flick so hard my ear fell off. Earth to Danny, Dad said, snapping his fingers in my face. He was standing in front of me, blocking my view of Jacob's door. Do you mind heating up the 4 portions of casserole in case Jacobs wants some? We're gonna eat that before this next casserole because we want to make sure Jacob's able to try it. Because in my opinion, it was definitely one of your mom's best. I looked at him and held my eye contact. I couldn't say what I was thinking, so I wanted Dad to feel it. Maybe if I stared long enough, my feelings would translate. But Dad looked at me for only 1 moment, then away. In that brief connection, though, I saw something I didn't want to see. It was like staring down the tunnel, the world's deepest well. Come on now, he said. He grabbed my shoulders and turned me around. His voice got heavier. You're going to want to heat up each piece individually, because if you do them all at once, then you won't get even heat to the pieces, and you'll probably have a couple that are too hot and others that are too cold, and then Jacob won't get the full picture of how good these casseroles are. Dad let go of my shoulders and walked ahead of me, but I stayed in the hallway a moment longer. I turned to look at my brother's door one last time. I fantasized about walking up to it and going inside, but I was afraid Mom would yell at me. Besides, I never liked going in there. He had a puke bucket next to his bed, which he always had puke splatters in it. Ew. And there was always clumps of hair in his pillows. Back then, the last hospital visit, Mom would make me go in there and talk to him, but I always made up some excuse, like I had a cold and I didn't want to get him sick. When I couldn't get out of it, I would stay in there for a few minutes and watch him try to breathe. I would tell him about some episode I saw and then run back out to my room. I looked up. Ooh! I looked up. I thought I was walking back to the kitchen, but I was moving towards the door. I didn't want to, but I kept moving like my limbs were controlled by a puppeteer. I put my hand on the doorknob, and I turned. The gym sock smell filled my head like helium. To the darkness, I could make out a sliver of my brother's face. The soft evening light fell on him. His eyes were open, staring at the ceiling. His arms were out straight as rulers, and his fingers curled like a blooming rose. I walked to the side of his bed. Red spit fell off of his lips like a frowning clown. I flicked his ear. It was hard. It was hard. Did I say that correctly? It was hard. Fucking damn it, dude. Why? Let's scroll. I walked out and closed the door behind me. As I walked back, I seemed to forget what the inside of his room looked like. With the door closed, it could be anything. Jacob could be doing jumping jacks, or reading comic books, or plotting his next ear flick attack. When I walked into the kitchen, I heated up 4 plates of spinach and ricotta casserole. When they were done, I wrapped Jacob's plate in aluminum foil and put it in the oven to keep it warm. Then Mom, Dad, and I sat in the dining room and ate in silence. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. That is a pretty good one. That is a pretty good one. Oh, 8.4567 out of 10. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think my favorite one has gotta be. Sheesh, I don't know. We've read a lot. Probably the house one, I think. Well, maybe the little girl one, the Mara one, the imaginary friend one. That one was pretty good too. Hi, I'm creating a YouTube channel. Would really like if I could use your story on it, please. That's scary. Let me see if I can find one more shorter one. One little short baby one. Ooh, this one. This is long as fuck! Oh my gosh, this is the longest. Okay, I'm not reading this one. This one's literally. Let me count the scrolls. Let me count the scrolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19 scrolls. And I'm doing big scrolls. I'm doing full mass scrolls. This one's based on a true story. Okay, this one's not that long. This one's the last one. The last one for realsies. Okay. I told them you would come. Based on a true story. Ooh. Scared. Okay. I met him at the gym. Late evenings, when it's almost empty. He'd always be there. Headphones in, focused, lifting like the weight of the world sat on his shoulders. He smiled at me once when I was wiping down a treadmill. And that was it. We started talking. I was gonna say, why are you wiping down a treadmill? But maybe she's wiping down the handles. Right? Where you like grab. It was normal at first. Coffee after workouts, late night drives to grab a treat meal, dinner dates that stretched past closing hours. He was fun and gentle. The kind of person who made you feel safe just by being near them. After a few weeks, he told me he'd recently been diagnosed with schizophrenia. He said it carefully, like he was bracing for me to leave, but it didn't. I told him it didn't change how I felt. For a while, it didn't. Sometimes he'd glance behind me mid-conversation, eyes darting to the corners of the room, or he'd stop mid-laugh, listening to something I couldn't hear. He told me about the voices, how they whispered, things that weren't real, how he tried to ignore them. I nodded, told him I understood. I wanted to believe I could handle it. One night after a late workout, he asked me to come over. His apartment was dim, blinds drawn, the hum of the refrigerator the only sound. He seemed nervous, pacing as if he was waiting for someone else to arrive. "They've been asking about you," he said suddenly. "Who?" I asked, forcing a laughter. He looked at me with a strange calmness. "Them, the ones you can't see yet." I froze. He smiled softly. "I told them you would come." The room went silent. My ears rang. At first I thought the silence was too deep, but then I heard it. Faint murmuring, just under the hum of the fridge. Like a dozen people whispering at once. Words overlapping, impossible to understand. I turned toward the sound, but there was nothing there. He lifted his head almost lovingly, excited. "You hear them now too!" I left that night shaking, convincing myself it was just suggestion. Nerves, imagination, but then the whispers didn't stop. I'd hear them faintly in my apartment, under the TV, in the shower, in the spaces between my thoughts. Sometimes they said my name, sometimes they just breathed. When I closed my eyes, I'd see quick flashes of movement, like someone just stepping out of the sight. He texted me a few days later. "They like you. They said you'd listen better than I do." I blocked his number. I tried to forget him, but the voices didn't go away. 3 months of torture continue. My doctor says stress can do strange things to the brain, that I probably absorbed his paranoia. But at night, when everything's quiet, I still hear them. The soft whispering, the breath against my ear. And sometimes, when the lights flicker, I can almost hear his voice among theirs, saying, "See, I told them you would come." It's been years since that night. The voices are gone, but the memory isn't. Maybe it's why I chose this path, to understand what we hear, and to help others who live with these voices every day. I'm now studying clinical mental health counseling, learning to walk alongside those who wrestle with realities most of us can't see. That's cool. Yeah, so this one was based on a true story. I'm assuming the person actually had an experience with someone who was diagnosed with schizophrenia and ended up wanting to help. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. So how true is this story? how real is this story? How real is this story, guys? Are we like are we joking here, or what's going on? What's going on? Okay. Yeah, there's some really long ones in here. I feel like when I was looking, there wasn't that many long ones, but there's a decent amount. Alright, alright, alright. Enough with the scary music. That was fun. I had fun, honestly. Having the random ambient sounds actually was really funny. Just because it was so creepy. Let me pause it, actually. Wasn't it so creepy how, like, on theme they were? Like, the asteroid one was the vine boom. The message when we were reading, like, that's fucking creepy. I don't really like that. But it was actually really good. I thought it was gonna be, like, really obnoxious because it would be, like, really repetitive. But it wasn't. It was so random. I could never really tell when it was gonna hit. And I think it got me, like, every time. That was such a good idea. It actually got me every fucking time. Unironically. Ugh. That was fun, though. I had a lot of fun. I want to get better at reading out loud. I don't read out loud very often. But it is quite fun. It's quite fun. Very, very fun. Very cool. Let me close this. I want to go play more Silent Hill F. But I shouldn't. I should go work on some stuff. Popcorn reading in school would pick you. No! I hated popcorn reading. I hated popcorn reading. And then that one kid who couldn't read for shit would get picked. And you're just sitting there like, oh my god. We gotta listen to this guy fucking... We gotta listen to this guy. No. Punky teaching us bad words? Nuh-uh. When have I ever taught you guys a bad word? Well, I did teach you guys the one word that I learned from Wordle the other day. This one. Fetid. Fetid. Which means stinky. It means stinky. It's just a fancy way of saying stinky. Fetid. Stinky. So, okay, so maybe I am teaching you guys... maybe I am teaching you guys some bad words. Maybe just a couple. Maybe just a couple. Maybe just like, you know, one or two. People would pick guys that would act all cool and stuff, and then they couldn't... That's true! They would pick, like, the cool guys, right? And those were the guys... Those are the guys that usually needed the most help. I'd be like... Don't Google yourself. Why? Because... you may not like what you find. Or they read like... One day, I was bored and decided to search my own name on Google. I went quite a ring, so I didn't expect to find many results. Imagine how surprised I was when I came across a weird... I try my best to follow the punctuation, right? And try to follow what they would probably want it to sound like when you're reading it. But yeah, I did not like popcorn reading. Most of the time, I wasn't picked, and I waited until the end, until there was nobody left. But it was pretty difficult. I'm not sorry to any of my old schoolmates. you guys were not good readers. There, I said it. Not saying I'm a good one, but you guys were kind of dookie readers. There, I said it. I said it. Come after me if you must. You were dookie readers, and I'll say it again. Hi, Beezlolo. We just finished reading a bunch of scary stories. A bunch of scary stories. It was really scary. Bunch of scary stories. It was actually quite fun. I gotta find a better way to get some stories out, because all of those seem to follow... Ow. I was just about to drink water. All of those seem to follow a pretty common format of like, ooh, it's building up, and then it like ends right at the build up. Oh my god. Oh, I swallowed it incorrectly. I don't like reading out loud because it makes me think about what I'm saying, so I mess up. Yeah, that's an issue I have too, but I'm trying to work through it. I like reading. I like reading out loud. It's cool. It's fun. I just wish I was better with the inflection and stuff. I'm not quite committed to the role, I think, quite yet. And also sometimes I stutter and I get nervous and then I have to start the whole sentence. Ooh. I think my favorite was the yay one. Yay. It was like so small. It was just a yay. And that was my favorite chat noise. Yay. But we did it.
Yay.
Yay. It sounds like so serious. Yay. That's my favorite one. Yay. Yay! Ow. Okay. Alright. Okay. I get it. I get it. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so for the rest of the week, we're gonna play more. We're gonna finish Silent Hill F, and then we're going to play some, like indie, like, scary games, like we used to back then. I'll go into itch.io, see what gold I can find, on Halloween day. And then, after that, the Grok scary story. No Grok scary story. No Grok scary story. Saturday, we might have something special, perhaps-ably. Sunday, I'm gone. Don't look for me on Sunday. I'll be gone. I kind of want to play a little bit of Silent Hill F right now. I know I said I wasn't, but I kind of just want to see what's gonna happen in that next part that we're playing in. Because we left off on a really good part, but also it might be a boss fight. So, I don't know. I kind of want to play a little bit. Maybe for like 30 minutes, it wouldn't hurt, right? Maybe. But then maybe I should just save it for the stream tomorrow. Shaw. Bilkbong. We're gonna finish Bilkbong. We're going to finish Bilkbong for sure. We will start playing it again once I finish Silent Hill F. And I'm not worried about Silent Hill F because apparently it's kind of a short game. And although it is like you're supposed to replay it, if I am gonna replay it and I am gonna commit to getting another ending, it shouldn't take me long. It shouldn't take me long if I want to do it again. But do not worry. Uma is going to be complete. I will be completing Uma. I won't be getting all the endings for that one. I didn't get all the endings for Hollow Knight. And for the most part, I kind of hold the policy of just getting one ending on stream. Or like the necessary ones, right? Like this is what I did for Nier. I got the ones that are like really necessary. But it was also Nier, so I'm a little bit biased, I won't lie. But yeah. We'll finish Bilk Bong. And then after that, I don't know. Because I think we're like halfway through Silk Song for now, like for surezies. Because we're in Act 2. We're halfway through Silent Hill F. And then after that... Oh boy, I don't know. Looking at my list. It looks like Metal Gear. That was one that I gotta play. Little Nightmares is on the list, and technically Little Nightmares was supposed to be at the beginning of this month, but since I was having like computer problems, I wasn't able to do it. But I wouldn't be opposed to playing Little Nightmares again. And then there's something else. There is R.E. That was the other one I was supposed to play. All the R.E. games. Which maybe we'll just make our way through them slowly. I kind of doubt I'll be done before RE9 comes out. To be honest, there's just so many. But we'll see. Because I do kind of want to play RE9. Apparently it's supposed to be really good. Really good. And I heard, spoilers, for not the game, but for promotional stuff happening around the game. Her name is Grace, right? She's coming to fucking Fortnite. She's coming to Fortnite, apparently. She's gonna be there, before the game comes out, I think. She's gonna be like a promotional thing, which is crazy, because, does that mean they're gonna add other characters from the game that they haven't announced? Like that stinky big guy? Like that stinky big guy? From the trailer we watched? That'll be crazy. Ooh. Yeah, that's the plan for now. To be honest, I don't really like. I had such a tight knit plan, and in theory, it was a really really good plan. But computer problems happened, family stuff comes up, and I'm just trying to piece my plan a little bit back together as it goes on, which is fine. It happens. Things happen. It's cool. It's whatever. But yeah, that is a soft-ish plan. Maybe I'll play Mortuary Assistant. I never beat that game. I didn't even realize that. I just remembered. I never technically fucking beat Mortuary Assistant, but also that game is so scary. That game is so scary. Okay, let's see. Oh, let me close all these tabs up here. I have them saved in my personal. What was that? In my personal thing. In my personal Discord. Quit Discord here. Okay. Shut down. Shut that down. Shut that bitch down. Shut down website down. Okay. I will be calling it here. I streamed in the morning. I stream right now. I'll stream tomorrow. Tomorrow. Oh, what's happening? Why is there 2 of my chats open? Oh, there we go. I will stream tomorrow. And it'll definitely be more Silent Hill F. I'm so excited for that game. I love that game. It's very fun so far. I do have my gripes. Don't get me wrong. I have my gripes with it. But as I said this morning and I said last night, I will keep my opinions until the very end when I have completed the game. But thank you everybody for hanging out. I know we haven't really been doing too many fun stuff. I guess. I don't know if this was fun. I had fun. I like reading. um, so hopefully, now that the holidays are coming up, we'll do more fun things. And it'll be really cool and really fun. And maybe we'll read scary holiday stories or something. Scary Thanksgiving story. No, I'm just kidding. But regardless, thank you for hanging out. And I'll see you probably tomorrow. And yeah. Alright, bye bye. Goodbye. I'll be taking your boba now. I added the whole stream. No more. Alright. Goodbye. Bye bye. Goodbye. Where's the button? Oh. Remember, don't look at the camera that is pointed under your bed, because there's a good chance there's a guy under there. And don't Google yourself. And don't